Hello everyone and welcome back to the Zerops channel. My name is Eleftheria and today I have the pleasure to have with me Manan. Before we get started, first check our description because we will include all the links, and then don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well because we are uploading many awesome videos not only about Zerops but our community as well. This video is in collaboration actually with WeMakeDevs. We recently had a hackathon and we have with us a few of the winners. This one, Manan, actually is our first winner because he won a MacBook, which was our biggest prize. Manan, would you like to introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background?
Hi guys, I'm Manan. I'm currently working as a DevOps engineer. Most of my work has been around cloud infrastructures and CI/CD and automation and containers and observability aspects around all of the cloud environments. I've worked bit quite around Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, major tools of DevOps. Worked in a couple of years. I have an experience of 3 years. Um, what I like to enjoy is basically taking the repetitive operational work and try to automate it.
Perfect. And what did you build? I mean, I've already checked it, and I'm pretty sure that many of our community members have checked it as well. We shared it through social media. But yeah, share with us what did you build and what did the idea came from?
I built Deplot basically, which is basically a AI platform engineer for Zerops. Uh, so here the important discussions comes, and again, it's not any code generator basically that provides you with Zerops YAML or a configuration file that Zerops required. It tries to handle a completely deployment lifecycle from having the code, finding the dependencies, installing it, and deploying it. Right? It's doing a lot more than that as well. So the steps are: you can provide it a repository, it understands the application stacks, it proposes an architecture, it generates the Xerox configuration, it actually deploys it. Now after this, it observes the deployment pattern, that if something is not breaking during the process of the deployment, and if something goes wrong, it diagnoses that wherever the incident is happening, it applies the fixes as well, and it redeploys again. uh, as of the idea, it comes from a two distinct way. First is basically the frustration I had alongside with a couple of years working in a DevOps domain. There are a lot of AI DevOps tool basically, but this stops at a particular time where they provide the general configuration file, and that's it. I mean, that can be done by a normal LL model or a transformer available over the internet. But that's actually the easy part. The hardest part comes after the deployment. Once the deployment is done, as a DevOps engineer, I need to manually check everything, right? I need to check for the validations. I need to check for the application health status, and other aspects are there, which I need to have the validation done that the things are working on my part. Now, if something happens, like a missing environment variable is there, or the DB host name is there, the application would fail. In this case of scenario, I wanted to solve this problem with the help of Deplot, right? And so I have started something like deployment as a feedback loop instead of a single action. Yeah, so that's what led us to Deplot.
Perfect. And can you actually maybe share your screen so we can see the project and walk us through your architecture?
Yeah, so this is the platform, guys. It's very simple on the UI level. You just provide it a repo. We will try to run this in a demo mode, so it would be faster to understand what architecture it runs on. So basically, you provide a repo. It analyzes that what the repo contains, what kind of stack it has, like what are the framework is there, what the front end and back end and database caches. It also has some kind of if you have open search type sense, it would recognize that as well. The next step is basically it provides you architecture level view that how things are going to run, and instead of asking the devs again and again that how things need to be connected on the architecture level, then I need to set on the cloud services. It would automatically provide you this simple diagram where devs can understand that what things could be done and on what depends on each other. Next would be the deployment plan, that what monthly cost would be there. This cost, the deployment plan cost, is basically in reference to what Xerox costs, right? What Xerox pricing plans would be. That would the build times and services would be there. Next would be the configuration, that what kind of, so if the people who doesn't know Xerox, so Xerox is a very easy platform to use. It only requires Xerox.yaml configuration files to run your applications. So this also provides you a ready-made import YAML or Xerox YAML, that what your project actually according to your project, that what your project have built on. and then it actually deploys on the on the Xerox platform. So once it deploys it, it provides you with the observability aspects. So here we have the observability aspect, right? If everything would be running smoothly, then I would get the things healthy. I will get the status, and something is critical here. What I talked to you about, that the if an incident would occur, it would diagnose the incident. I can actually view the incident, what actually happened, so we can see that a database URL wasn't up to the mark. Here, we have an AI layer in between, which actually applies as the fix. Here, AI ops comes into the picture. This is the aspect of AI ops we are talking about here. And then we go to the deployment score, that what is the deployment score, what is the security, what the performance, what is the scalability part aspect of that. And the upcoming features, we also provide the recommendations part here. It is not provided yet. And we have a simple dashboard here where we get all of the all of the if I'm an organization, let's say, if I'm a single person, I have multiple projects running in, so this kind of information is very crucial for me. What are the cost, what are the last deployment was there, what was the mttr, so yeah, this is the project, and these are the upcoming features that would be there.
Nice. That's really awesome. How long it took you to build all this?
I think the hackathon was only of 2 days. If it would have been for a week, I would have done it for AWS, Azure, and GCP as well.
It was only 2 days, but there was a small catch. You could actually start a bit earlier. I think you could start on Wednesday, but the
Yeah, I was
deadline
actually
was
informed
Sunday.
very late about the hackathon. I was actually very late into this hackathon end. I saw Kunal's post and I just went into it on the 8th of the morning.
Yeah, but no worries. Maybe in the future we will have another hackathon and you're more welcome to participate. Which AI did you say that you used to build all these?
Okay, so there are different aspects. I worked with Cursor and Anti-Gravity, both. And on the documentation part, I worked with Claude. And the ideation part, like what the architecture would be and what should be the future aspects of this chat GPT. So it's kind of a mix of everything.
And Zerops has another great feature that might interest you. It's called the ZCP. So if you connect
Yeah,
ZCP,
exactly.
okay. Did you use it for this hackathon?
No, no, no. Actually, my application's requirements doesn't fit in just CP.
ZCP.
But one thing was there, that is that CLI. I used it a lot. I expected everything. I used Xerox API as well. I gone through the documentation. This after winning the hackathon, multiple people messaged me that, how was you able to use the Xerox platform? It was too messy for us to understand how to get to the APIs, and multiple things were there. So first thing I told them, I see much more messy things. Second thing is basically, it was not that much messy. If the documentation, if they have gone through with the documentation completely, it was way easier to understand things. And one of the things which I missed in starting of the that you asked for where the ideation came from, when I got to know what Xerox was, I actually looked into the project. I looked into the platform completely. I tried everything. Before this project, I tried a demo project as well on Xerox, that how Xerox actually work. So one few of the features in deployed I took that Xerox doesn't have right now, like the
Mhm.
observability and AI incident fix, which Deplot doesn't have. And so yeah, this was the ideation. This was the kind of hackathon. This was my first ever hackathon, so I used this approach to have deployed worked on.
And for everyone that is watching us right now, we are working on our technical documentation. So in the future, it will be even better. It's going to be improved. And if anyone has any feedback for us, please leave a comment below. We will for sure check it out and I will transfer it to the team. And do you have anything else about Xerox which was either good or bad or made your life difficult or made your life easier?
Let's say it would be divide. One would be there was a similar problem. I mean, this was a problem that I faced for 4 hours. I was done with everything. I built everything. I tested on my local. I deployed in on Xerox. Everything was working. The health checks were there. But then the issue came that the routing issue was there. I mean, the application URL was showing 502 somehow. I don't know why. I mean, I had multiple health checks done. I had tried like everything on local, and on Xerox also it was showing healthy. But why isn't one there? So I gone through documentation again and again. Then I got to know after the deployment would happen, I have to, public the domain, the subdomain access. I would have to publicly enable it. So I
Yes.
actually thought that, when I've used WebCell and Render a lot, so these guys, just connect to the GitHub repos and directly deploy it and provide you the URL. Doesn't they ask for the subdomain access? So this was the part I actually, this was the issue that I actually had. And rather than it, everything went smooth. I used HCLI. It was very easy to use. The documentations were, were there, and the web UI was a little bit kind of things hard to find, but it was although the best experience I ever had. In that once there will be a time where deployment will also be a process of two steps. I would furtherly go on deployed working on other cloud services alongside Xerox.
Thank you for your feedback and all the other notes. And one last question for you. Any advice for people who are participating in hackathons and haven't won yet?
Guys, this was my first ever hackathon ever. I didn't know how much people I'm competing with. I didn't know what I was building. But the thing I would recommend is basically if you have the idea, short up the idea, have some features, and just deploy it. Just have it submitted. You guys will either. I don't think about win or loss. I never thought of that I would have win. I've always thought that I would connect with the community. I would get to know that how hackathons would be, and believe me, it's an amazing experience. So don't hesitate to participate. Just get into the code. I think everything is available through AI. Just get the knowledge to work, and it's just not that you need to know everything to work in the hackathon. Just have the courage to work and don't hesitate.
Yes, that was really cool, and thanks for sharing that with us. Actually, more than 270 people participated. 270 were the valid participations, but we had a lot more. So you had
Yeah.
the best project among these. And maybe a tip on my side for the people who are participating in hackathons. What we noticed as a Zerops team is that a lot of people had very similar projects, and we think this is
Hmm.
because they asked AI, give me some ideas for this hackathon. So the AI
Exactly.
gave everyone the same ideas, and that was a bit weird seeing time after time the same
They
project. Thank you again very much, and congratulations for your big win. I hope that you enjoy
Thank you.
the MacBook. And just a small reminder again for the people who are watching us, do check the description box. You will also find Manan's project on GitHub and the live one. So, yeah, thank you very much and see you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.